Pamare ma pa sa ni sa re sa ni sa ma ma re sa ni sa re ma pa ma re sa ni re sa ni pa ni pa ma re ma pa ni sa re sa ni pa ni pa ma re ma pa ni sa re ma pa ni sa re sa ni pa ma re sa pa ne ढूंढन जाऊं
अरे झूला धीरे से झूला वो बनवारी, अरे सावरिया धीरे से झूला वो बनवारी, अरे सावरिया धीरे से झूला वो बनवारी, अरे सावरिया
कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणस्पत नशृण्वन्नोतिभिस्सीदसादनम् ॐ श्रीमहागणपतये नमः। सरस्वत्यै नमो नित्यं, भद्रकाल्यै नमो नमः। वेदान्त विद्यास्थानेभ्य एव च। ॐ नमः प्रणवार्थाय शुद्धज्ञानैकमूर्तये निर्मलाय प्रशान्ताय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। यो गुरुः स शिवः प्रोक्तः, यः शिवः स गुरुः स्मृतः। विकल्पं यस्तु कुर्वीत स नरो गुरुतल्पकः। सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रयविनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नुमः। तापत्रयविनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नुमः। यं प्रव्रजन्तं मनुपेतं अपेति कृत्यं द्वैपायनो विरहकातराजुहाव। पुत्रेति तन्मयतया तर्वोऽभिनेदुः तं सर्वभूतहृदयं मुनिमानतोऽस्मि। यस्वानुभावम् अखिलश्रुतिसारमेकम् अध्यात्मदीपम् अतितितीर्षतान्तमूर्धम् संसारिणां करुणया आह पुराणगुह्यम् तं व्याससूनुमुपयामि गुरुं मुनीनाम्। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। नमः पंकजनाभाय नमः पंकजमालिने नमः पंकजनेत्राय नमस्ते पंकजांग्रे। नमो किंचनवित्ताय निवृत्तगुणवृत्तये आत्मारामाय शान्ताय कैवल्यपतये नमः। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय हरे परमात्मने प्रणतक्लेशनाशाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद 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 हरे मुरारे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद, 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 श्री कृष्ण गोविंद। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद, 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 श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद, 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 श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। बोलिए श्री कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की जय, श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की। नमः पार्वती पतये, हर हर महादेव। हरि ओम, हरि ओम। We saw yesterday that a person can have many bal or powers. He may have power of money, he may have power of good job, he may have power of contact, he may have power of good lineage, he may have power of talent, he may have power of qualification. But धन बल, स्वजन बल, आयु बल, शिक्षा बल, he may have lot of powers. But there are 2-3 biggest powers, and one bal which Bali had displayed was dharm bal. Dharm bal, if anybody has, so even God cannot shake him so easily. Kauravas were more having the Rajya bal. They had the power of all big fighters with them. But they did not have dharma bal. And Pandavas had dharma bal in them. So whatsoever may happen, one should try to protect his dharma. Protected dharma alone gives joy. Rakshitaha dharma rakshati. Rakshitaha dharmo rakshati. Rakshita, in that rakshita is the adjective of dharma. When I say dharma, it means samanya dharma and swadharma. Samanya dharma is akrodh, vairag, jitendriyatvam, kshama, daya, sarvjanat priyattam, nirlobh, danam, shok, mohanam. This is 10 lakshana of samanya dharma. So fast, I said, but because I already explained it. Akrodh, not becoming angry, little dispassion, giving in charity, not being greedy, not lying, having self-control, having patience in life. Dhriti, having forgiveness, kshama, compassion. That is called samandhar, which is required at odd place at all time. Through which you are a person of, you are a collected person, through which you are able to, you are a very lovable, livable and lovable person. Angerless person, you can live with an angerless person because he will not say anything harsh. The person who doesn't lie, you can live with him. He is a lovable person. Person who is self-controlled, it is easier to understand and you can be safe. One who has compassion, it is easier to understand, live with that person. So dharma is that through which you fit into a system very nicely. You fit with somebody's life. Somebody higher, I mean. You become an organ, an integral organ of somebody's life very easily. You fulfill his desire, his plans, his sankalp. A greedy person will not do that. The moment his greed is interrupted, he will react. Angry person can't be a very integrated person. He is not a part of somebody's life. Because of his anger, he will hurt other person. He is not a limb. He will not fit into somebody's life. You are not an adoptable person. I don't want to keep something on my body which is a weight for me. If I am carrying a bag and I go back in the room, I just unload that. I don't want to carry any. But when you have anger, when you have frustration, when you lie or when you are greedy or when you are sharp-tongued, many tongues are there. Sharp tongue is there. Acid tongue is there. Fork tongue is there. A snake has fork tongue. All dangerous है Snakes, fork tongue. Therefore, when a snake bites, 2 dots are there. Not 1 dot, it's 2 dots. Snake bite. Fork tongue is there. You're not the one who will be a part of somebody's life. Dharma means people want to make you integral part of their project, of their sankalp, of their action, of their life. Done. They received. Not confirmed.
So, this is Samanya Dharma is there. Swadharma is that because of your inner qualification, etc., or inner samskar you are doing as a son, as a daughter, as a teacher, as a student, you have a particular Swadharma. Dharma is that through which you are able to stand the storms of your vasanas. Dharma is that through which you are able to withstand the difficulties of outer situation. You are tempted and you are not falling to temptation. You are provoked, but I am not provocable. I am offered a bribe, but I don't take it. Because I have some element in me. Dharma, in other words, is something, some inner resolution is there, inner vows are there. I feel dharma is associated with one vow, with some vow. I won't do this, I can't think like that, I can't talk like this. And this ability to hold the inner storm and situational pressure, this makes you a resolute person and a person who has more integrity, or who has more chastity, or who has more sensitivity. You can be trusted upon, you can be believed upon. And anybody who is kami, krodhi, lobhi, I feel he cannot withstand these storms. Because he will be falling to temptations, or he will be falling to the inner storms. He doesn't have that resolute element in him. A person is weak then. He is not a person who can be, who will be strong enough to take any difficult work. Long time he cannot be quiet. For a short time quietness can be there, but long time to be quiet you need to be more strong inside. A Bali was tempted that he could have refused that I don't want to give this. But that would have been a dharma. And he is going to lose everything. So one who is greedy will not do dharma. He will do dharma as long as his money is not lost. One who is kami will not do dharma. He will be holding to his dharma as long as his desires are satisfied. One who is angry, he will not be dharmic. Because he will be dharmic till his anger is not there, and he will be immediately angry. One who is egoistic will not be dharmic, because the moment his ego is challenged, he will be angry person. So they are not long-term players. They are not a very big contributories in somebody's life because of this. Neither they will be contributing in their own mind. Not much is there in the person. Not much element is there. He doesn't have a lot of great thoughts that he can give to somebody. But Bali had that dharma in him, that he said, I will lose everything, but I will not leave the satyam, and I will not leave the truth. Let me be lost. We can't afford to lose some money, and he was losing the whole kingdom also, and whole earth also. Imagine how much he had the dispassion. If you don't have dispassion, you will hold on to small things. It is very important it is not easy, because we fall prey to it. So we have to develop a capacity slowly and steadily. We have to develop it. It is not just in one day. So manasvinena kritam sudushkaram. See 20th verse, 20.20. 8.20.20. So for Bali, another word is given. Earlier you see, Mahan word was given. Then Shrimad word was given for Bali. Shrimad word is in which slok? Shrimad word 18th. And Mahan word was in 16th verse. See, 16th verse. And here Manaswi, Manaswin is here, Manasvi word is given there. See, you saw that. So, Bali was Manasvi, who was very magnanimous, who thought a lot, was firm in his vows. Dhrnishchayi he was. Manasvinena kritam sudushkaram. Vidwan. And Vidwan here means, although he knew that who is coming and what will happen. Adat yadripave jagatrayam. 3 words he gave. इतना बड़ा काम किया. ठीक है. So more important than what you lose or gain outside is what you lost, which thought you lost and which thought you gained inside. Because outside loss will be compensated very fast. But inside loss will be difficult. If attachment is there, it is difficult to give up. If hatred is there, very difficult to give up. If ego is there, very difficult to give up. So, Vidwan adat yad ripave jagatrayam. Yare, properties go in 1 second, everything goes. See, one storm came and so many buildings are out. 1 minute में पता नहीं क्या सब खत्म हो जाता है. A heart attack comes, a person dies away in 1 second. But the dharma that we do does not die away. That will be dharmev surit loke nidhre api anuyatiya. So now Bali gave it, and it is said that Shukracharya, when Bali was taking sankalp, so Shukracharya entered into that, the patra which was there. So the water was not dripping. So Vaman Bhagavan took it and he took a straw and poked it inside. And therefore one eye got blind. Therefore crow does not have 2 eyes. Crow has only 1 eye. Inside there is a pipe. So it goes like, I heard, I don't know. You can catch a crow and see. You cannot catch a crow. Crow is very cunning animal. Bird, I mean. Very cunning bird. You cannot catch that. Now, his 1 eye he was blinded by 1 eye because he had jnana but not vairag. Jnana, vairag, nayan, urgari. If a person is very attached somewhere, very angry somewhere, very passionate, lusty somewhere, very hating somewhere, then I think he is not of much use. बहुत मैटर नहीं उसके अंदर, बहुत करेगा नहीं आपके लिए. He is not of much use. You will do something, external दान he will give little. But he will not give a life because his mind is already occupied. बहुत material नहीं उसके अंदर. He is not a seva material. He is not a devotion material, is not. Bhakti material is not in him. Samarpan material nahi hai. Like so he is a PM material. He is a president material. He is a captain material. He can be Indian captain. वैसे ये जो है समर्पण मटेरियल नहीं है इसमें. बहुत गुस्सा है इसके अंदर. ये बहुत कामी है ये बहुत लेजी है ये. He is not a samarpan material. That means he is a sad material. कुछ तो होगा ये. बहुत बड़ा वो उसके लाइफ में बहुत बड़ा. He will not be a very good mind throughout his life. He doesn't have too much thing in which he doesn't have investing power in somebody. People want to invest in me. Invest love in me. I will give back your love. Like the bank is. I feel every person is a moving bank. When you invest regularly, they give you back with interest. So somebody else will give you the interest and back. But if you don't invest dharma and you don't contribute, the bank is not going to give you anything. So Manasvinena, Bali had invested all the dan, all the three lokas in this Vaman, in this brahmachari. He gave up everything just to protect his dharma of a king and a data. इतना बड़ा इन्वेस्टमेंट कर दिया इसने. Point is what you have, where is your emotional investment? Where is your dharma investment? Whom you have loved for a long time? What is your samarpana investment? Where you have surrendered for a long time? Where you have been non-angry for a long time? What is your investment in regarding to what is it called? Good feelings for somebody. Seva investment kya hai? Where you accordingly you will feel happier. If my investment is not there, then don't expect big dividend in return. No? So tadvamanam rupam vardhatadbhutam hareranantasya gunatrayatmagam bhukham disho daur vivarah payodhayah tiryang deva rishyo yada sat. 21st verse. तद्वामनम रूपम वरददाद्भुतम. अब इतना इन्वेस्टमेंट कर दिया, बोलेगा फ्रूट डिविडेंड. नाउ ही इज गेटिंग द डिविडेंड एंड रिवार्ड इज कमिंग बैक टू हिम. भगवान राम्स इन्वेस्टमेंट वाज दैट ही व्हाटएवर आज्ञा ही फॉलोड, दैट वाज हिज इन्वेस्टेड. समटाइम यू फील आई एम एट लॉस, but you will not be at loss. I think emotional spiritual loss is bigger than material loss. Loss of goodwill is bigger than loss of will, of object. I lost your goodwill. I lost the goodwill of God. I lost the grace of God. That is a bigger loss, I feel. He said, I gave him so much of money, but he didn't give me any, he didn't tell me how he returned it, and he finished every money. So I will not give him any money now. He spoiled the money. He didn't come back to me also to tell that I have used it here. He didn't. I called him in my house for lunch or dinner. I brought 3 friends. And they were talking very loose and abusing. So next time I won't call him. ऐसे ही होता है भाई. Once you give a chance once or twice, after that you lose that. You don't give a chance. धर्म नहीं होता है ना, तो you don't have any steel in you. Backbone of your life is dharma. Your lunj punj. Dharma is not there, that means you cannot walk, you cannot stand, you don't have a face. With what face you will ask something? Yesterday I was telling you don't have authority. Remember that yesterday? Bhagwan bhi dene wale hai. Bhagwan is now going to give to Bali. Don't leave the main thing in life. पक्के रहो, जहाँ भी रहो पक्के रहो, सच्चे मत रहो. Anything raw is not tasty. If you eat, you will have stomachache. Raw mango, raw banana. There is a raw in our childhood, in my house there was a lot of orchard for this mango and guava. So guava was in the winter seasons. So many times I used to come back to the school, climb on the tree of guava tree and pluck some guavas. And some guavas were sweet, they were ripened slightly. But most of them were little raw. And out of anxiety, used to raw guavas also we used to eat. And after that, stomachache started. Raw guavas. Although, I don't know, you have eaten raw guavas. Huh? Stomachache was not there. Acha. To give to her raw only, she says she has no stomachache. Tadvamana. I think your stomach is strong there. So tadvamana, touch wood. Rupam avardhatatvatam. ऐसा करो कि आप you cherish when you look back in your life. You should have a lot of nice things you have to look. Usually I'm looking forward to see you. When you look back also you should be happy. Oh, that was a good year. It was a good expression of me. This person was also happy. That was also happy. He was also happy. I did this for him. I was not angry. I was not passionate. I was not out of control on any issue. You live with your past actions actually. You live with your thoughts. You don't live with chair and table. खुशी उसी की रहती है कि आपने क्या अपने साथ किया है. Now वामन भगवान started his लीला now. अब शुरू हो जाते हैं भावन. And रूपम avardhatatmutam, he started magnifying and growing. समझ में आ रहा है? वामन भगवान बढ़ना शुरू हो गए. And अब देखो ये लीला शुरू किया. And he started growing trigunatmakam. Bhuhu kham disho dau vivarah payodaya. So what he saw, देखो ये सब होता है. This is where is called Atindriyo Vishayo Vedaha Pramanam Bhavati. You can't see all this. He saw that earth, space, directions, heaven, patal, animal, birds, rishi, all came into his body. He became so big. And not only that, Panch Mahabhut, Dadarsha Vishwam, Trigunam, Trigunatmake, Panch Mahabhut, Antahkaran, all these three words started coming in him. And then he saw that on his soul was his rasatal came, on the feet came the earth, on the anklets came the mountains, and on his knees came the birds. All the birds were in his knees. Jangayo patitranaho januni vishwamurtehe. And on his thighs Marudgan came, on his vastra Sandhya came. Sandhya, not our Sandhya. Sandhya means evening, where you have samyak dhyan, that is called Sandhya, where you do meditation, where the day meets with the night. That mixture point is called Sandhya. Morning and night, morning, evening is one Sandhya. Daytime and morning time is another Sandhya. Morning is also Sandhya. And then 7 o'clock, 10, 12 is also Sandhya. Sandhya aa gayi wahan pe. Therefore, this is a very auspicious time for meditation or for your puja part. Sandhya, 2 बार करते हो ना संध्या? हाँ, 3 बार होती वैसे. त्रिकाल संध्या होती है ना? So Trikal Sandhya is 3 times you take bath in a day. And at least 2 times you should do. If you cannot do 2 times, 3 times, at least 2 times you should do Sandhya. If not 2 times, supposing you miss at least once. And if you have Yajñopavit and you don't do any Sandhya, so that is called Pratyavaya dosh will be there. So that Yajñopavit will be disqualified. Yajñopavit hai? है संध्या? चलो भाई, तो संध्याम विभोहो, and on his genitals came Prajapati, in his thighs were Asurgana, in his navel point, tell me, navel point, what was there? Space. Good, you are awake. Wide awake, good. Although your eyes are dark. Jaagte raho. And on his womb, there were oceans were there. And they saw on his hridaya, what was there? Batao? Hridi anga dharmam, his dharma was there. And on his chest, 2 chests, ritam and satyam, nice speech was there. I mean, more things were also seen in him. You know ritam? Ritam vadishyami satyam. Scriptural satya is called ritam. And when you practice it is called satyam. And on his chest another was Lakshmi ji was also there. And in his kant, what was in their kant? Samved. Kanthecha samani samastarefan. In his hands what was there? Indra was there. In his ears Dishas was there. In his head, forehead, Swarg was there. And on his hairs, tell me, clouds were there. Kesheshu Meghan. And on his breathing was the air. And in his tongue was Varuna. In his mouth, what is it called? Eyebrows. What was there in the eyebrows? 27 shlok is there. Bhravoho nishedham cha vidhim. Vidhi nishedh was there. Don't do this. You said, don't do this. Yes, that's psychological hai. And therefore you say also, he did actions which raised many eyebrows. See how the language is so powerful. And in his eyelids, tell me what was there? Day and night were there. ऐसे करा तो लाइट हो गई भगवान की. ऐसे करा फिर डे हो गया. And on his lalat, tell me what was there? Anger. Manyum lalate, anger was there. When you are angry, you knit your eyebrow like that. So here, especially you start sweating when you are angry. Lalat was there. And on his lips, adhare eva lobham. Here greed was there. So person is greedy. So on his lower lips was there. Touch me. What is there? What was in his touch? Sparshe cha kamam. Dekho, 28. On his touch, calm was there. The very jaan of calm is only by touching only. See, sparshe cha kamam. If you touch somebody, then calm will come. If you don't touch, no calm will be there. Whole calm is based on touching only. Of all the sense organs, one sense organ which is most responsible for calm, that is called sparshendriya. So sparshe cha kamam. वहाँ काम महाराज बैठे हुए हैं. स्पर्श में ही काम था. Therefore, one thing is don't touch too much. Don't touch too much. Don't have a habit of touching too much. Everybody touching. How are you? Hey, how are you? Everybody hugging you. मारेंगे तुमको. So, स्पर्शे च कामम. Nipareta so ambha. And, in his virya was jal. Ambha. Prishthetva dharma. At the back was adharma. When you want to, he is showing his back. Adharma. That is not presentable. You say his other side of his life is like. He has another side of his life. What you are doing at my back? So hidingly what you do? Actually, a person is known by what he knows hidingly, what he does hidingly. Because in front of everybody, gives a very polished side, very cultured side, because he has a fear of being rejected. Therefore, when he hides and thinks something, that is his real person, that is more closer to his personality. What is in your heart of hearts? अच्छा, हाँ, ऐसा है. छायासु मृत्युम, I am not taking all. Kramaneshu yagyam. It is written, when you used to walk, that was yagya. Because when you yag, you progress. He has walked in life. He says, walk tall. So he has grown up. So next was Chhayasu mrityum. In his shadow was a death. Hasyate cha mayam. In the laughter was a maya. When you go to some office and person is not working, these boys, girls, they get very captivated by the smile and laughter. Bole itna acha. इतनी अच्छी मुस्कुराती हो तुम. अंधेरी रात में चांद खिल गया. सो ऐसा मजा आ गया. ऐसा लगा बिजली आ गई. So light has come back when you smile. My माया है सब. हंस हंस के काम करवा लिया इन्होंने हमसे. Smilingly, he make the work. Somebody has to do it. Please कर दो, please. हंसते च माया. And all his room, all his body, the hair pores was full of aushadhi, etc. And in nadischa nadishu, in his nerves were all the rivers. And shilanakheshu, all the boulders were like his nails here. Buddhau ajam, in Buddhi was Brahmaji, Devata and Rishi. And this way he saw everything. Now, this portion you have heard earlier. Remember, I will not describe little. Something is called microcosm, something is called macrocosm. If in the microcosm what is there, it has to come from the macrocosm. You have been hearing this since time immemorial. Thak ho gaya ho, so many years you are listening that if there is a power here in one, then there is infinite of that is available at another level. If little power is in my house, there is 1,000 and 1,000 of volts available at some other place. Because how can it come unless it was there in a big measure? If we have little Satya Guna, so there must be some macrocosm from where my Satya Guna has come, and that must be million, billion times bigger than my Satya Guna. And through Satya Guna you start knowing a thing. Actually, intelligence is not, but high level of Satya Guna on certain issue. Sattvat sanjayate jnanam. When you say he is very intelligent in mathematics, so what I feel, when he is thinking about a mathematical problem, his Satya Guna is very high, and on that the solutions are reflecting. So when Satya Guna is more, you know a subject better. You know a topic very nicely. He is well informed, well illumined person is there. But if the infinite Satya Guna is there, which is in the Ishwar, this thought comes, where? Tell me which text? Which text? Vedanta Sar. Well, I have not read it. Updesh Sar. Vedanta Sar. I only know Updesh Sar. Vedanta Sar, you have the book. You have studied Vedanta Sar. When do you find out where are those books? Is there? Achha. there, Vedanta? Maybe there. It's there, you saw. Okay. If it sagged it, set like that, okay, very good. I'll come and see one day in your room. So, this comes in Vedanta. ध्यान देना, ये सब principles पकड़ लो. That means one who has infinite Sattva-guna, that means he will know everything. Because with little Sattva-guna you know something. With little Sattva-guna you know something. Even the ant has a Sattva-guna because it knows where is the sweet, where is the sugar. Because the smelling organ is there in the ant. Otherwise, how will it know? Similarly, dogs have a smelling power. They also know where is what. Or they have a high level of ear. Their hearing capacity is very high. So little sound is there, they will move here and there. That who is there. No? So one who is consciousness conditioned by Shuddha Sattva, that is Ishwar. So anything which is in the microcosm, it has come from infinite amount of that in the macrocosm. I see it through my eyes. My Indriya sense organ called Netrindri sees something. But the capacity to infinite Indriya of this is called sun. Sun is a golak of Lord's eyes. Okay. If I have something at a microcosmic level, so same thing must be in infinite measure at a macrocosmic level. This principle we have heard it many times. Because microcosm, from macrocosm alone microcosm can come out. Wonderful. Okay. If you have a nose, and you breathe through that nose. So the macrocosm also would be having a nose. And in that nose also infinite number of breathing will be there. And therefore, it is said his nose is whole wind is his nose. If he does pranayam, we all will be dead. ऐसा लिखा है? In 26 श्लोक श्वसनम नासिकायाम, उसकी नोज में, therefore when it is big storm, he is little doing Kapalbhati. थोड़ा सा कपालभाति कर दिया, सुनामी आ गया यहाँ पे. In Kapalbhati, you do the Kapalbhati. You stop doing. I know that you are not doing. In Kapalbhati, you don't focus on your nose. You have to focus on your stomach, core. But while doing it, you will automatically breathe heavily. It is for your stomach, that exercise. And also your whole nervous system is affected. Huh? No. You don't do like all these things. No. ऐसे से नहीं करना उसको. Just put leg and do leg. So that is the God's Kapalbhati. इतना storm आ जाएगा, प्रलय आ जाएगा. बड़ा बढ़िया है ये तो. We hear something. Exercise नहीं करते तुम? करते हो रोज? कभी कभी. अच्छा, annual. तो and in his, like eyelids are there. We close eyes, कुछ नहीं दिखता. His eyelids are day and night. So whatever activities are here, they have come from their counterpart at the macrocosm. When I sleep, it is called sleep. When that cosmic God will sleep, it is called pralay. Our is lay, his is pralay. Understand that point. Another point is that we are holder of this body. Anything which is held, there has to be subtle body to hold it, I told also. If subtle body goes away, a person is called dead. That means he will disintegrate and decompose. If this whole cosmos is held in its own place, sun, moon, star, galaxies, planets are tucked at its own place, that means there must be subtle body of the cosmos also. And subtle body of the cosmos is there, that means there is a holder of subtle body of the cosmos who is called Ishwar. Oh. You cannot have microcosm without a macrocosm. You can't have Ang without Angi. If you have a power of seeing, so there must be cosmic power of seeing which will be seeing everything. And therefore we say God sees everything. You can't escape from His eyes. When Guru was there, he had disciple. Although real is that he gave one birds, both the kill and seal, when nobody is there. Let me not take the bird. Why to kill the bird? Let us say, he is okay, go and eat mango, supposing, when nobody is seeing. So one disciple came in few minutes. He said, I ate, nobody was there. Other disciple came after half an hour, 2 hours. He said, I cannot find anybody. He said, you couldn't find any place? He said, everywhere God is seeing me. So there is no place where God is not there. If you with your eyes you can see little for half a kilometer or 1 kilometer or few meters, you can see very well without. Wear your glasses today. Are you? Sometimes you put on glasses. Very serious looks are there. When you put on glasses, you become very serious, especially the girls and women, when they put on glasses, they look very serious. Teacher type, banker, principal, you look like principal. In earlier days, we had principals. You don't have glasses. You are young to have glasses. You don't have. Thank you. So, if I can see, that means there must be cosmic eyes which see everywhere. If I can eat few morsels, if I have a diet, I can eat few bread or few things, or I can eat 3 times a day or 4 times. After that I am full. The cosmic God, the power of eating the whole world must be there. इसी को बोलते हैं यस्य ब्रह्मच क्षत्रम च उभे भवत ओदनः मृत्युर यस्य उपसेचनम को इत्था वेद यत्र सः कठोपनिषद. If we have hair, that cosmic God also will be having a hair. Kesheshu meghan, kesheshu meghan. When you have your vision of that Virat, and then you will be more surrendered to the God, because you will think yourself as a part of the whole God, and part is always for the whole. Cut. किया, वो हुआ नहीं, किया गया. So, Vanyam cha chandansi. If we have certain, in our Kant certain things we have. So in his Kant, whole Vedas are there. Try to touch your mind in a bigger zone. Every sorrow is nothing but a small thinking. You are missing to see the whole picture. You are not thinking the whole thing. You are thinking a very small part you are seeing. And thinking of a small is a wrong thing, because you are not calculating all the aspects. Only few aspects you took into account. Every aspect you didn't. Only I am very sad. I have a lot of headache. I have become very sad. But you have no stomachache. You have no money problem. You have no eyes problem. You have no, wife problem. You have no children's problem. No, children are very good. You have no problem of landslide. your house was not washed away, you have no problem of job, right? And you are thinking this is the headache, right? Okay, okay. Now, how old are you? Huh? How old are you? I mean, I'm less than 100. Arey bhai, how old are you? Less than 100, everybody is there. No, I'm only in early 80s or 50, whatever is there. I said, when the headache started? Last year. Before that? No, it was not there. So before that you had no headache. When you sleep, you have no headache. You're not calculating the whole thing. You say, I have headache, but you have many things you have. You don't say, I have money, I have car, I have child, I have wife, I have good body, I have good stomach, I have good legs. When you have something, no, you don't realize. See how he was in pain. You couldn't see yesterday. To walking was a challenge. To take one step was a challenge for him. When we walk, we don't know that there is something called difficulty in walking also. I have nice legs. At least they can walk well. I can run. I never feel that I cannot walk. आपने पूरी पिक्चर नहीं दिया. Sadness is a name of myopic vision. You have not considered everything in your picture. Well, my guru scolded me, somebody said. I said, why he scolded me? I said, how much he taught you? You did not know ABCD. You didn't know Ka, Kha, Ga, Ga. And when he taught you for hours together, what about that moment? Did you pay back? What your guru taught you, did you pay back in some manner? Because in the university you pay. Fees is there. But what payment you did? You got knowledge. What payment you did? What was your contribution? When you are getting free of cost something, then you did not ask why I am getting free of cost. And once something is given scolding because you are foolish, then on that aspect you are upset. And that aspect when you are getting free of cost, you didn't know Gita, you didn't know Ramayana, like you didn't know Sanskrit also. Ka, Kha, Ga, Ga, you were not able to write. Nothing you were doing. Chanting you didn't know. And if you know something today, it is because of the grace of my Guru also. If I know little, then it is because of the saints. Now, when it came to taking, you were taking very much at that time. Now, when this is given, only this aspect you saw. And the bigger aspect you forgot. This is called narrowness of mind. He andha hai. He is a blind person. He doesn't see everything. Usko sab nahi dikhta hai. That mother who can love me can slap me also once in a while. By anybody's right is decided by what he has given to you. If somebody has given a right, somebody has given a lot, he has more right upon you. So he has exerted his right upon you. But anybody who is ahankari, he will never see a bigger picture. He will never go in the past and see, never go in the future and see, never go in the last birth and see, never go in the future birth and see. Sadness is a name of non-perceptibility of godliness. Godliness is in expansion of eyes. आपने सब कुछ तो देखा नहीं. You did not see the whole thing. Sometimes you see, supposing when you are sad or when you are very excited, you go as if you are standing near sun, you see. And near sun you see one earth is there which is a small ball. That is only a tennis ball. And on that ball there is a place called Africa. That place there is a Durban. And that is only point transfer. Then there is one creature sitting, his name is Mr. XYZ. And he is sad. What is in this whole big cosmic world, What is this one individual sadness and one individual's happiness and one loss and one gain? What does it matter? Even if one person is rich, it doesn't matter in eternity, your richness has no matter. You're not even a drop in the ocean. नहीं है, ठीक कह रहे हैं. What is that? You say he is mine, she is mine. Mamta has no value because this person whom you say is mine, he was somebody else's the last birth. And tomorrow will be somebody else's the next birth. You are not seeing in many births' eyes. You are only in one birth, only you are calculating 50 years, he is mine. Even before you met, this girl was not yours. This boy was not yours. तुम तो पागल आदमी थोड़ा सा. And therefore you can't see past birth, next birth, आगे पीछे दाएं बाएं तुमको कुछ दिखता है नहीं. And therefore you say Mamta is based on this myopic vision. Only I did this work. Many people are doing bigger work than what you have done. What ahankar you have? What ahankar you have? Many people have done bigger work than. Many people are much more intelligent than you are. Rather you are on the bottom line. Your IQ is already very less. Many people run a lot than what you get. Many people get much earlier than what you get. Many people have suffered more than what you have suffered. And still they were happier. Only I walk every day. Many people walk a lot. Then what do you walk? ठीक है. You are not seeing, you are only seeing one small incident and you left the whole world. When you don't identify with the Virat, then you have a very easy things trouble you. Because you have not developed a scanning vision. Like this, you can see everywhere. There is something called Vihangam Drishti. Vihangam समझते हो ना? When the birds fly, they see. Bird's eye view, it is called also in English. Bird's eye view. Give a bird's eye view. And when you see from the plane, that is a bird's eye view. You see the whole city at a glance. When you are here, you see only one your room. आप बड़ा नहीं देख पा रहे हो जिसने बोले God has given me sorrow. अच्छा, why will God give you sorrow? When He gave joy, then what about that? God gave you more of good time also. What about that time? What about that? पूरा देखो ना आप. इतनी जल्दी why you are rushing so much? एक चीज नहीं होती, one thing is not there, you are making a mountain of the mole. When you are angry on somebody, you are only seeing one two aspect of that person. There are many aspects in the same person which may not be that bad. He may have done good for you also. You are overlooking that aspect. You are over-focusing on one two aspect. And even if he has done bad, there are many people who did good for you also. What about those people's contribution? Why you are angry on this person's this action only? The person who has done good for, why don't you remember that person's goodness who has done good for you, supposing is there? There are more, I think, opportunities for anybody to be happier than sad. सुखी होने के लिए ज्यादा निमित्त है दुखी होने की अपेक्षा. What I have. Even somebody passes away. You cry. But he will get a new body. He was suffering from his old body. He will get new relation. At least he could leave you. While living, he couldn't leave you. And neither you were leaving him. Now at least he will get a fresh family. बेवकूफ से पल्ला छूटा. So at least there is a good news. He may get a better house, a better body. तो दुखी मत हो बहुत ज़्यादा. There are बहुत सुखी होने के बाद, for getting happy, there are much more nimitt than, nimitt means causes. There are many more causes to be happier at any situation than to be sad. ऐसा हमको लगता है. पूरा सोचो आप. पूरा सोचो भाई, ठीक है. नहीं है. When initially I came here in Durban, so there was no class etc. So once in a week they had Ramayana classes. You were there. Ramayana classes. You had Monday Ramayana classes. I said, no Vedanta class, nothing was there. So evening nobody was there. So the car park used to be there. तो क्या करें हम? दिन भर या तो मेडिटेट करें, या तो पूजा करें, या तो लघु सिद्धांत कौमुदी पढ़ें, कुछ पढ़ते रहते थे ऐसे. Nobody, not a single soul was there. Nobody could come, and Keswan used to come once in a while, once or twice. Remember Keswan? He used to come, bring some puja things and go. Silly. He keeps in touch. So there are many things. Sometimes you miss what you wish that old time could come back. Wish. कुछ तो होता ही है उसमें. It gave you a lot of chances, lot of vistas of opening, lot of. So evening I used to go out and just walk. Nobody was there. Just walk, sit quietly. Nobody to ask question, how are you? Are you okay? Are you fine? कुछ पूछना नहीं पड़ता था किसी से. किसी को अटेंड नहीं करना पड़ता था. No bell was ringing. No meetings were there. No minutes were there. No minutes. कुछ देखना नहीं पड़ता था. कुछ नहीं था. कुछ था ही नहीं. Guard was also, petty was also not there. No, that came later on. No, that later on. You were not there. None of you were there. Only these two people were there. You were also not there. अजीब दूसरा ही था एक. Only Shivji was there and I was there. कुछ तो और था नहीं. In the evening, I used to just go and walk out. बस दिमाग में बस उपनिषद चलता रहता था. ये उपनिषद में ऐसा बोला, ऐसा हुआ. ये there's a mantra of Ishavas. This is there. This. Then morning classes started where Anita and all these people coming. कोई situation ऐसी नहीं है. There is a bigger picture. Well, I don't have child. At least somebody else has child. Don't worry. And God has given you freedom from one aspect. Otherwise, now you don't have to think about the marriage of the child, about the schooling of the child, about his complaint, about his cranky nature. कोई तुमको तुम मुक्त हो. एक जगह से तुमको भगवान ने मुक्त कर दिया. You are free from one area. आनंद में रहो. खूब बड़ी पिक्चर देखने का अभ्यास डालो. Try to see all around. Scan 10 birds before, 10 birds after. And when you are see in space, big space, you see yourself. See in time, in the time of 100 years, then 1000 years, then 2000 years, and see all relatives, where are they? And see in space. In the bigger space where you stand, where this guy stands. Gochu guy, where he stands. ये चुरमुरिया जो है, पुरपुरिया, चींची चींची कहते पेपे करने वाला, where is he? Where is his anger stand? Where is crying stand? Where is pain stands? Where is my heart is broken? That broken heart stands. Where is disease stands? Where is relatives stand? आप पूरा नहीं देखते हो ना. आँख खराब है आपकी. It was better to be blind rather than seeing wrong. At least blind person knows I am blind, he takes support. But we are seeing wrong. उल्टा पुल्टा देख रहे हो. Where in the big cosmos attachment? Who is father, who is mother? Who is, where is your success? Where is your ahankar? This is abhyas to see that. Like the holder of the microcosmic body is called Jeev. The holder of the whole macrocosmic body is called Virat or Ishwar, you can say. Virat Ishwar is there. ठीक. Like you shift your hand from here to here. So this is called death. He shifted from Bhulok to Brahmalok. ये यहाँ था hand. पृथ्वी लोक में feet, you are touching the feet, now you touch the forehead. तो ये promotion हो गया इसका, ये जो he is come on the स्वर्ग now. इतना है, बस इतना ही हुआ। This vastness is vision, is Mahatma. So Mahanam Atmanam, yes. We'll see more tomorrow. Om Har Har Namah Parvati Pate Har Har Mahadev. Shri Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai. Namah Parvati Pate Har Har Mahadev. Shri Krishna Chandra Bhagavan Ki. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namah. Hari.
Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare. Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare. He Nath Narayan Vasudeva. 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 Shri Krishna Govinda, Shri Krishna Govinda, Shri Krishna Govinda, Shri Krishna Govinda. He Nath Narayan Vasudeva. 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 Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare. Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare. He Nath Narayan Vasudeva. 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 Shri Krishna Govinda, Shri Krishna Govinda, Shri Krishna Govinda, Shri Krishna